Club Nintendo, you had a good run. 6 long years of consistent service from North America to Europe, over into Japan and back again. All Nintendo loyalists out there have been redeeming codes. Go and get coins, go and redeem them for digital goods and physical items to have delivered right to their systems, from their handhelds to their consoles, or right into our mailbox, and we can have all on display or just tinker around with. Like in the case of Game & Watch Ball right there, which I fucking saved up like a motherfucker to go and get. But unfortunately, Nintendo came out and said pretty much it's gonna be done, but replaced by another service. And right now, everybody's pretty much just scrambling to go and get all the active codes that they have together so they can redeem them for the coins, because, well, come this June 30th to be exact, that's the last day that you'll be able to go and redeem coins. So if you have any laying around, you're gonna want to go and scrape your change together. Please, sir, please, I just need more coins. Beautiful, lovely coins. Oh, so fucking many. Please. I suck your dick for some fucking codes. I don't have a problem. I just need Super Metroid. That shit's only 200 coins, no, I will suck it. Okay, well, not everybody gets quite like that, but some people are kind of desperate for coins. Just kind of putting that out there. Must be really bad. Can you imagine how it is for Sonic? That poor bastard, he's just like, you know, Tails isn't around anymore, and I mean, Amy won't even accept my calls, so I'm just thinking, I mean, maybe just a couple crushed coins, that's all I'm saying, off the little ass of that guy right there. I'm just saying, So it kind of works like that sometimes. I automatically assume that most people within the video game world, especially those within a mascot column of gaming, obviously have some kind of drug habit, so this makes a lot of sense to me. But regardless, we are going to be getting a new program, but Nintendo hasn't actually given any kind of details on it. They didn't say when the program is going to be released, they didn't talk about how it's going to be structured, and they didn't really say anything at all. I'm assuming that it's going to be at some kind of future Nintendo Direct this year that they'll go and divulge all the details about it. But I can already tell you this, it's going to be nothing like Club Nintendo. I can guarantee you that. Main reason is that it'd be redundant for them to shut down Club Nintendo to replace it with Club Nintendo Lite. It'd make no sense. Plus, on top of that, after June 30th, since none of the coins are going to be active and used anymore, and they won't carry over to this new incentive program, it's obvious they're nothing alike at all. Now, one of the things that had came to mind to me is I'm assuming maybe they're looking at the competition. I mean, the competition being Sony and Microsoft, and hell, even look at Steam, for example. And they're probably looking at them and wondering maybe we should go and emulate that. Figure if you took maybe a pricing structure similar to Netflix, $8 a month, goes and gives you unlimited access to a bunch of their games. You know, Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, etc, etc, etc. Except for they'd have to go and beef up that catalog of games to gargantuan proportions for people to get extremely invested in it. But even if not, you figure with the price of those games individually, this really wouldn't be all that bad. Even if it was only for a certain amount of those games, if you got to sign up for it for free and got to try it out, you know, you're already getting your money's worth right there. I'm just trying to think of what they could end up going with. Hell, I've always wanted them to go and make something where they re-released old Nintendo Power magazines, because I'm a sucker for them. As a matter of fact, I even went and got out my first 2 Nintendo Power magazines. Issue number 2, the fucking Castlevania cover, with Dracula's head right in the Belmont's hand, and Nintendo Power number 1. It's me, Mario! Okie dokie, here we go! And yeah, the very last issue of Nintendo Power paid homage to that, which I thought was really fucking rad. But I always thought it'd be kind of cool if they did that, have like a little Nintendo app that works with tablets, and it works on smartphones, something you can access from the 3DS eShop and on the Nintendo Wii U tablet. All that would work a whole bunch. And there's a shit ton of other things out there that they could go and do to go and replace this. I just don't know what all that they could do. I mean, now that they've got Amiibos out, I mean, could they do something that includes some of those? I mean, they have Nintendo Land on the Wii U. They don't have Nintendo Land on 3DS, which I still find that surprising that they haven't made a version for that, let alone expanded on that. But maybe they could do something with that. There's a plethora of ideas out there, but I like to think that the original idea about them having some kind of program where you get all the digital games and you just play those, yeah, at least like the virtual console games, that is. That right there, I think, is one of the most likely candidates for something that they might be aiming for as far as like what this new program is going to be. But then again, I mean, worst case scenario is that it could be just a very lame, shitty, just absolutely no reason to even bother program, because many people have noted this was them cutting corners, and it was a cost-effective measure for the company as a whole to go and save. And that's why I've still figured that going in and investing in an idea like that would still save them a bunch of money by comparison, because you figure going and producing all the physical items, let alone actually mailing them all out, is quite expensive. And most people don't even think about that. I mean, we automatically assume Nintendo is a big, gigantic company, has fuck tons of money. But they never produce things at a loss. That's one thing that they've been very, very smart about, and been business savvy enough to go and do constantly, generation after generation after generation after generation, to ensure that they're going to be staying in the black no matter what, and not in the red with each individual sale, let alone all the software sales on top of that. That's how you stay afloat. So who the hell knows what it's going to be? I think it sucks ultimately at the end of the day, because yeah, I like Club Nintendo. I liked it a whole bunch. I never could afford half the shit on there. Like, I wanted that Super Mario Brothers statue that had Mario, Bowser, Princess Peach, Luigi, and the entire fucking gang on there. I always thought that one was amazing. I was like, I would fucking love that, but obviously couldn't get it. And Japan always kept the good shit. Did anybody ever see, like, the Japanese only ones? I'm like, those motherfuckers have everything. Fuck you. We couldn't get half that shit. Granted, you can go on the likes of eBay and Craigslist and Amazon and all the other fucking happy horse dick and fucking just buy it on there, but it just, the point being is they always kept that shit there. I'm like, you sons of bitches. And I know Europe has probably said that about us and vice versa, but just the point being that certain Club Nintendos just had better shit. Fucking fact. But anyway, so go and get your points. You have up until, let's see, the 31st of March. I had to make sure to look on the screen right there. The 31st of March to go and redeem your coins, and the very last day that they'll be active is June 30th. So that is your time frame right there. Any games that are released after the 20th of this month will not actually have the codes be redeemable for them, so just keep that in mind. But if you have any codes in your 3DS and Wii U games, there you go. If they're in your DS and your Nintendo Wii games, then those won't actually work with, which I still find to be bullshit that they've made codes that expire. I think that is fucking dumb as shit. I'm like, why, what? I mean, granted, 6 years is a... my camera died, but I got the fucker back on charge. So anyway, as I was saying, just, you know, Club Nintendo, So opinions, thoughts, feelings, all the other happy horse shit before this fucking camera decides I'm gonna die again. Blah. Comment section below, you can do all that, because I had to go and give my 2 cents. So anyway, as always, nerds, nerdettes, and gamers, game the fuck on.